Greetings, brother! Snap into a Slim Jam! The following video is for mature audiences only, brother, and it's best enjoyed if you've either completed MSQ 82 or you don't otherwise care about spoilers, brother! Snap into a Slim Jam!
Hello, Steak Driven here with another exciting episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last time, if you remember, we did some epic battle to get into Garlemald, and it was great! Gods be good. If it's this cold with Tataru's clothing, I dread to think how we'd fare without it. I must remember to thank her next time we meet. It makes me realize too that while people of Garlemald have spent their whole lives in conditions like this, even they'd be hard pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them quickly. What ho, chums! Been given something useful to do, as it happens I too have in order to make myself useful. Oh brother, sounds like a rather tall order. Ha ha. Well, since you ask, we're to scour the Ebon Rime for survivors. What? Wander around the ice fields in the off chance you'll find someone? You'd take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my... Oh, your telescope. Okay. Okay. He's gonna help out with his telescope. I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him. He's gotten a lot better since the first time I met him. The ninja music, or whatever. Oh no, wait! I've also heard this in the Hildebrand quest. I spy with my little telescope. A massive sheep thing, or maybe it's a cow. No, not what we're after. Oh, is that an Aethica? Nope, just a wind sprite. Oh, and other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. Well, what do I spy over that hillock? No mistaking it. That's a girl. Eh? A survivor, show me. Over there, behind that tree. It looks like she's running away from something. Surely not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is she's wearing a pale green dress. A rather fetching one at that. Keep it in your pants, Montelier. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. Okay. I'm a pretty decent tracker. I'll let Lucia know where you're heading. Well, thanks to Montelier. You helped a lot. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilled to the bone, if not freezing to death, damn near, almost verging, whatever. That's actually very thoughtful, thank you. But won't you need some for yourself? No, I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget, the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Now go, and gold speed. Alright, let's go follow those tracks. We're getting closer. I'm sure of it. At first we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look. But the door doesn't look. Why is there a hyphen there? Oh, that's not a hyphen. It's a smudge on my screen. It don't look like it's been opened in a while. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. Alright. Then again, it's also possible she ran right past this place. Sure, I'll search up ahead. And as soon as we go a little further up, it's cutscene time! This really should be lower, and I should just change the tilt, right? Because that way I'm looking at it more square on, right? Yes. The girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out from this distance, it might attract wild beasts. It would be safer to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention. Stealth mission! Okay, what is with this tentacle hentai porn going on here? Whoa! Phew, still in one piece. Howdy, ma'am. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed with explosives. Take another step, it'll blow this place sky high. I like swords. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alfino. This is my sister Alize and our good friend Boone. Like I said, I like swords. We have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for this. You did this to us! Oh dear. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Teleferi are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they destroy the entire world. They're the enemy. Our enemy. On our way, we encountered some Imperial soldiers who'd been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we're striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who's not already enslaved. How were you able to escape the Teleferi's influence? Are there any others like you? Could she have the echo? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? Lucina. My name's Lucina. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question ever since that night, and the roar, that terrible roar, and then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was still.
Wait. Minfilia taught me something for this. Have you ever experienced a sudden loss of consciousness, or felt like you're having an out-of-body experience?
It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran past friends, people I'd known all my life, eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but I didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Do you have family here? Is this their home? No. This is Victor's Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was, but now me and a few others are, well, borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up.
I kind of figured you're a terrible liar.
I just wanted to keep everyone else safe, and I didn't know who you were. The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help. Can you? Of course. Whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'd better tell the others first, though. Wait here.
Right. Oh, no loading screen at all.
This is everyone.
Lucina said you could be trusted, but these are desperate times. We'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with a means of heating this place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take you at your word. If that's too much to ask, then leave us be.
Oh, as a matter of fact, we got a team of engineers working on that. Hold on a sec. That's a little better. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Could you provide the spark with a little magic, Alice? We'll have a fire burning in no time. May we build it under that gazebo? The what? Oh, you mean the bower. Yes, do as you will. Dot, dot, dot. Sorry. I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in far worse state than me. They were planning to look for somewhere warmer with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do, so is there anything you can do to help them? I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it will take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Montelia's tinctures, the ones that warm the body. Make sure everyone gets one.
Okay, I'll pass them out. Be right back.
Is there a freaking radio in here? Look, I run away from it. Sound goes away. I run towards it. Sound gets louder. It's a freaking radio! Oh, more cutscene time. What I've been able to gather so far is there was this huge roar, and so many were tempered, and then the tempered were murdering the untempered. There's a huge battle, and it laid the city to waste. It's a radio. I was right! You don't have them where you're from, I take it. We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. Oh, like a link pearl. There are different types, but this model is the most popular. Made with quality components, crafted with the finest ore. Sourced from Locus Amonis, that is. Not at all that useful since the capital fell to ruin. The people at the broadcasting station must have either fled or ended up like the others. Because all we've been hearing is the same music being played over and over again. Your average San Francisco Bay Area radio station, if I'm being honest. Like the pop stations. Home beyond horizon. An ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amonis. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hoped to take back what was once ours. Did you? 'Tis a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Varus yet lives, and that he speaks through us on the radio. It was a cunning strategy faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself that he might one day make his triumphant return. Yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily. Well, we know because we saw the cutscene. We give Lucina her medicine. So this is what you gave the others. Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Oh, sure, go ahead. Are you part of the group staying in Laterum? I saw Legatus Vergula's troops heading towards Magna Glacia a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Oh yeah, we kicked their butts. Camp Broken Glass, you call it. And Vigilla and her men are all there now. So, how did you reach the Magna Glacia? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Nope, we flew. In a mighty fleet of airships. Airships? Then there might be a way to... Well... Lucina, where is everyone? It just says frail voice, doesn't specify. Is something the matter? Who's behind you? Voice from inside you say you must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Why the frick you lying? Perhaps a baby Almasty found its way to the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Why the frick you lying? Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlement. Some have been known to attack people too. Animals don't talk! Lissy? I just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat the Legatus, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. Okay, so you want me to hunt down some beasts to be traded as food. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough cerulean to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, I suspect... Don't expect you to give up your own supplies. I'm a gillionaire. If it's ceruleum you need, it's ceruleum you shall have. You can count on me. To reach Trapper's Den, cross the lake. Okay, got it. Finding the entrance is tricky. Just look for someone standing guard. Okay, great.
Who goes there? How'd you find us? Licinius sent me. What do you mean I stand like a sore thumb? Huh, the purebloods over at Victor Spoils hadn't given away our location, you never would have found us. Those stuck-up arseholes thought they could come waltzing in here. You're a Hellsguard, aren't you? Looks like the foot's on the other shoe. They sent me to negotiate, yes. Oh god, you guys are causing so much lag! Honestly, I thought it said Trapper's Den. It's Tapper's Den. There you are. Who? Allie! Just after you left, Licinia asked me to go catch up with you in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let it slip that I have a little experience in transporting bales of ceruleum. That's a reference to a previous quest, isn't it? Wasn't me. So, this is Tapper's Den. Well then, after you.
Okay. Ugh. Who are you? What happened to the guards? I kicked their asses. They tried to kill me. Eosius and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why in the hells would you pass up this chance to put those imperial bastards to the sword? Oh, are you Bojans? Let me guess. None of you are Garlean. You were brought here from other lands. Allie, does he look like a Garlean to you? Gurabandia, Yanksha, Bolsha, Dalmasca, to name but a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bollocks about better life, all put to work extracting ceruleum. All given the esteemed title of An, placing us firmly at the bottom rung of the ladder. But the old Eric means nothing now in the new Garlemald, says we. About the only thing that's escaped more than or less unscathed is Cerulia Ingens. Still sustaining us, even our paymasters out of the picture. Even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing up ceruleum from the bottom of the lake, but how can you if it's frozen over? Ah, wouldn't you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if the ceruleum is used for much these days, what with the city in ruins. We take enough power for eaters and save the surplus for later. And though it helps stave off gold, it does sort all about our hunger, unless we trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent we got ceruleum by the barrelful. If they're interested, we'll exchange whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Have you looked around this place? It's fucking cold. Free to go? Go there. Even if we manage to get back to homeland, there's nothing left for us thanks to Empire. And the knowledge and skills we acquired working here will be practically useless outside Garlemald. So we're staying for the time being. Long as there's no need for ceruleum, we'll find way to get by, even if Garlemald knows when even if Garlemald's fucked. Gone for good. It's sinking in. Regardless of what the Isilbert contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause for celebration, while for others, their whole way of life would have been flipped, turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that it is consigned to history. But what of the ordinary people? Their lives, their stories, should they be forgotten too? No. I suppose there'll be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some ceruleum. You come seeking ceruleum, have you? What? Those purebloods over at Victor's Spoil sent you? To turn their enemies for help? They must be more desperate than I thought. Then again, Lucina's got her little sister to think about. A sister? We only saw Lucina with 3 men. It's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needed treatment, I doubt there'd be any way to get it around here. I may have refused Lucina at first, thinking she'd come back with something to exchange. But I can spare them a bottle's worth of ceruleum. Consider it a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way, you hear? Cool! I can't for the life of me think why Lucina would keep her sister a secret from us. But we can ask that after we deliver the ceruleum. Come on, let's hurry back. You got it! This isn't right. It's too quiet. I would have thought Alfino would still be treating them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house, you search outside. They can't have gone far. They asked me to help carry supplies, but when I followed them back here, they attacked me. Caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. I fear they fared rather worse than me. You can't fool me. We all know what you're all about. Yeah. Vultures, that's what you are. Waiting in the wings for us to show weakness until you swoop. Yeah, classic projection. Here to help. What right? I'll deploy to make a slower guard. Ugh. And I'll let you in. Put yourselves at our mercies. Put us attention. Steal our lands. Get your revenge. No, that's not what we're about. You're wrong. That's not what any of us want. Save the arguments for later. We have bigger problems. I found empty medicine bottles and a bed that was warm. It's true. Lucina was hiding her sick sister inside the house. But now there's no sign of either of them. Uh-oh. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. And if you think I'll tell you you're a fool, I'll never give up my people! I'm Radar! We're trying to help them, you idiot! Her sister's ill. The empty bottles prove it. So the medicine ran out, or she put it in her pockets to make it easier to carry, or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. There are beasts everywhere. How could you let them go alone? To protect them from you! You're an idiot. Alfie, I think you should have hit him harder. You invade our homeland, tainted with the same sorcery you used to slay our countrymen. A Garlemald should sooner die than suffer that insult. Better for them to flee, keep their purity intact, than be corrupted by your vile magics. We were waiting for a chance to free them since the moment you arrived. Okay, we gotta get the propaganda out of their heads. This is getting us nowhere. I cannot say how Lucina and her sister will react when we find them, but find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to tend to my injuries and theirs. I'll join you in the search after. Alright, be careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out of here, so that's where we'll start. Alright, another tracking quest. Got 2 fresh prints of Bel Air. Young women, judging by their size. The trail stops at the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this route so to not leave footprints. I can't think of any other reason. Look at this place, it's crawling with beasts, and I can only imagine how hard it must be for her ailing sister to cross the ice. We could really do with Alphinaud's help, but we can't afford to wait for him. Let's split up and look for clues, gang! Over here we find some fresh blood. That's not good! We found the girls, but it's apparently too late. They're already cold. They're gone. Because they feared us more than they feared the beast, and in the end it was the beast that took their lives. Took the radio with them. Oh, Allie. Poor Allie.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked.
Yeah, I found it too. There's nothing I can do for them.
No.
Oh. It's gonna hurt Allie worst of all. It's so tragic. Man, fuck.
Why wouldn't they?
They were more afraid of us than they were of the
Safer to
monsters.
brave the wilds than trust in our magic.
That's what propaganda does to people, man. It fucks you up in the head. You start believing bullshit.
We should have... I should have...
No, don't beat yourselves up. They made their choice, and they paid because of it.
We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
Yeah, we should at least give them a proper burial, right?
What if we're only making it worse?
Hallie, this is one...
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold.
Yeah, Allie, we gotta give them a proper burial. And can someone turn that infernal radio off? It's giving me the creeps. Recreating the profile because the blah 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 blah. Andre was out today, okay.
I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all.
No, man, Varus is dead, man. Xenos killed him.
I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right.
Okay, but please turn it off.
You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders.
No, we came to frickin' destroy the Teleferi, not Garleans.
But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
They still haven't topped Tesleen, though. I will say, it's very sad, very punchy, very impactful, but it doesn't nearly match the gut punch of Tesleen yet. I'm not saying it's not, I'm not trying to degrade it or whatever, just they haven't topped Tesleen yet, and that scares me. There must have been something we could have done, but what? We could have tied them up and dragged them to camp, but should we have never come here?
Never should have come here.
Would they still be alive if we hadn't? No, they probably would have died to stupidity at some point, even if we hadn't come. We've already caused enough harm here. Let us return to camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is make our report to Lucia, and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. Come. Alize and Alfino tell me they finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrain from saying much more than that. Clearly they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask for your account?
Oh, you're gonna make me tell the sad part? Okay. Oh, thanks, Stola. I needed that.
Thank you for your report.
Oh, you're welcome. And thanks for the hug, Stola.
We shall inform the troops of these developments, and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
Yeah.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Popularis, Maxima identified.
Nice.
They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald.
It's fucked up beyond all recognition!
The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's 3rd Legion clashed with the 1st, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad.
And that's when the tempering happened, right?
Unless something or someone inflame their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
Such as mass tempering.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front line, specifically.
I don't remember, it's been a while.
Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Xenos. He's worse than a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced.
I remember this now, that's right.
While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly.
Well, only
Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies.
Nobody knows but Elidibus, but he's dead.
And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered.
By his own son. Do we know that yet? Do our characters know? Do these characters know that yet?
And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer.
So they don't know.
Shortly
don't know
thereafter,
Xenos.
Nerva claims the right of succession. And in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
Wow. Political intrigue.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory.
Is it Lola Rito?
And that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
Was it Lola Rito? Can we kill Lola Rito, please?
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
Oh, House Brutus.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
Yeah, clearly.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
Of course. From Final Fantasy IV.
This sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah, almost like they're referencing a previous Final Fantasy game.
We have something to show you all.
I have no idea what they're gonna... Oh, that.
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
A recording makes way more sense.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence.
Cerulean
A
wards
picture
against...
is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends! I must speak with you!
What's up, Siri?
A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
Yeah, let's talk to him. Let's find out what's going on here.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Someone with blue hair.
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
Who this? Is this someone I should remember?
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
Oh my god, we're not invaders, you jackass.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe.
It's a good shot right there. It's Ryu!
Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts.
From Breath
Now,
of Fire.
answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths.
True.
If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
Oh, I was
May
hoping
I
could
ask why?
get some alone time with your Stola, but okay.
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I like their winter outfits. They're so neat.
I'm going with you. Your mom would kill me otherwise.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
I am not a sellsword.
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
I'll tell you exactly who I am.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Oh, it's a gunbreaker, huh?
So we followed Julius through the snow, and he was a big smelly jerk. He made us kill all those tempered people instead of knocking them out because he didn't believe us when we told him there was a cure.
It is a subway station. This is Tertium, one of Garlemald's largest stations. It now serves as our headquarters. I've already sent the twins ahead. I will be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. It's plain to see why they chose this as the base of operations. Yeah, it's underground, so it's warmer, right? They could have done a lot worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed. And if Julius was willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Much like Victor's spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep the people warm. Lower your voices. While you may be here as my guest, the others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander is in the locomotive over there.
What the hell's a locomotive? Woo!
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Give my voice a rest for a while.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Vankina, Legatus of the First Legion.
Oh, he's named after the poet,
The
no
first?
doubt.
I had no idea you had survived.
Oh, or he could be named after... Well, both the Final Fantasy IX character and this guy could
We
be named
lost our
after the same.
emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye.
Wowzer.
In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
You do the talking, Alfie. I just screw it
Spare
up.
me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and Empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
To ignore the plight of those you
Perhaps
conceivably
you would.
save is not wisdom, it's indolence. Come on, say the line, Alfie.
But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall.
It's on its knees
Our
already.
third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference. To make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that.
Well said, Allie.
What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting, After all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but... Believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together? To face our problems as one?
It's so nuanced, right? Like, the Empire,
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald? Is it because we do not share your faith?
yeah, it's because you've been oppressed.
That we do not share your heritage?
Nothing to do with it.
That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender.
We're not asking
For
for you to
freedom and for
surrender!
pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter.
See, if we brought Y'shtola instead, she would have verbally eviscerated him and won. We would have just won right there and there.
You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you.
Ah, great, we got captured.
Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you, if you cooperate.
Ah, nuts.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
Let me guess, I gotta go talk to 3 of them.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
Oh, they're probably explosive collars, huh?
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock.
Shock collars. Oh, shit.
Stop. Keep away from that one.
Yeah, you have no idea who you're dealing with, pal.
The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed.
Yeah, that's who I am.
Even if he allowed himself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If he refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
Hey man, the Warrior of Light's got more titles than Cetra the motherfucking Imperishable.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
Ah, you stubborn ass. Because even the most bitter adversaries might one day be able to see reason.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be. You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
He doesn't seem happy about that. Well, the very next quest in the MSQ is Persona non grata, which we will tackle in the next one! That's our show. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day. Oh, and catch me on Twitch sometimes. I do occasionally stream shit.
Fly me to the moon and let me play with all the swords. Then I'm gonna eat chicken nuggies by the score. La 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 la. Don't know the words.